in this episode of the Straight Up R&D Podcast.
That's just downright disrespectful.
Disrespectful on all levels. Like you
All
boil
levels.
us down to, oh yeah, another thing black men like is weed. Like, yeah, we should do something with weed. So like, come on, man. Like, really, drugs? Like, think about it. I don't even want to use the word marijuana. It's a drug. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
It's a drug. So we're gonna make a drug important to black men.
And you know, those weed shops, it just make the neighborhoods look so tacky. Like, literally when I'm driving through New York City, you see these damn marijuana shops on the corner. And it just looks, I think it just brings down the value in the neighborhood. Because it's like, what the hell? And then you see these massive ones. Yo, y'all.
Yo.
We are back for another episode. Straight Up R&D Podcast.
Another episode. Episode 35.
Man, episode 35, yo.
Yo, we're approaching a year doing this.
Approaching the years doing this. Appreciate for all the new supporters, old supporters. I know we got some old supporters because, you know, the numbers climbing.
Shout out. The numbers is climbing up, man. You know what I mean? We got to keep it going. Definitely subscribe.
Subscribe
again.
Y'all know how this goes. While we appreciate y'all support, we don't give a fuck about anybody's feelings on here.
100% facts.
We're going to speak on minds, opinion based on facts.
Opinions based on facts.
And
we're going to give it to you real, raw, uncut, straight up.
That's a
Know
fact.
what I'm saying? And like always, opinions based on motherfucking with a capital F. Not you're fired. But facts, all right? But, we got a few days left until the election.
Yeah, like what, 3 weeks? 2.5, 3
Like,
weeks, something like that?
This is the final countdown right now.
Yeah, by the time this episode come out, it's probably be a week away from election. Some shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, wait, it's November, what?
5th.
Yeah, so that's right there.
And as of right now, it's the 21st. It's literally right there.
So, yeah, those of you who are going to be going out and voting, make sure you're registered. I think you're supposed to be registered by now anyway.
Yeah, I'm not even sure the deadline. The deadline probably sometime this week.
Yeah, I think it's Monday for some places. Well, today, Monday, October 21st for some places.
Yeah, some places already started to vote, early voting.
Yup, and I heard in Georgia, they had like double the amount of voters.
Yeah, it was like record numbers.
It's like almost 400,000, and those are mail-in ballots. So that's crazy. Double the amount from last election, which was like 130,000.
This is crazy. Like, you know, every election they say, "Hey, this is the most important election of our lifetime." But I truly feel like the way this election is going, it's like, all right, now I can really see this is the most important one of our lifetime. They said all the time, but the way this one feels, the tension that's in the air.
Nah, I really feel like this one is important.
This is. Whew.
This one is. I think this is the most like. If it does become a close race, it'll be a close race, like the way the projections are going. But I don't think it will actually be that close.
I don't think it's as close as they're saying it is.
Yeah, I don't think it is. A lot of the projections are saying, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be close," and if Trump's gonna win this or Kamala retains this or whatever that, you know, I think is gonna be one-sided. And if people have common sense, I think I already know who I think is gonna win.
If that person don't win, my God, cities might burn down. Like, the thing I keep thinking is like, what's gonna be the aftermath of whoever doesn't win? Because honestly, if I think Trump doesn't win, it's going to be crazy. Even if Kamala doesn't win, it's going to be crazy. Like, people going to say it was rigged. I can imagine protests. I don't know. I could be over-exaggerating, overthinking it, but it's just the way how this election season feels. People are going to be so upset, bro. Like even we in New York. If Trump wins, how New York about to explode?
I feel like New York is one of those places where it doesn't really matter because New York is like its own country. Like we're so heavily, in terms of the city, we're so heavily Democratic that it's like whatever the federal government decides to do doesn't even really impact us.
Yeah, that's why the local elections are more important.
You know what I mean? So I feel like we're not gonna feel any changes or see any changes other than like maybe tax wise, being taxed federally might be different, but like other than that, I think it's just gonna be normal shenanigans that happen here anyway. I mean, who's gonna change anything here?
Adams tried and see what the fuck they do to him. They're like, oh, you're not getting in line.
Eric Adams, it was a little bit too late. Too late to put your foot down. You should have did that the first day you stepped in office. You should have put your foot down the first day and let them know the type of person that you are, right? But right now, it's too late to be talking about it's going to destroy the city and all this other bull crap. And it's too late now to say, oh, you don't have the power to do X, Y, and Z. You know what you were getting your ass into. Exactly. And now this is where we're at.
Yeah, so New York in shambles as usual, but anyway.
So let's continue. So Kamala Harris had came out with some very interesting policies. Okay. I was a little bit drawn back by it, but I will discuss or tell you guys what the Harris-Walz policy was. So it says Kamala Harris will create an opportunity agenda for Black men. Okay, so this is from her Twitter or X profile. I'm not making this up. That's what she said. One of them is provide $1 million in loans that are fully forgivable up to $20,000 for Black entrepreneurs and others to start a business. Second point, support education, training, and membership or mentorship programs that lead to good paying jobs for Black men, including pathways to become teachers. We know teachers don't get paid much anyway, but I digress. Protect cryptocurrency investments so that Black men who make them know their money is safe. And I don't even know. Protect cryptocurrency investments so that Black men who make them know their money is safe. Okay, whatever.
I don't even trust that, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even trust the crypto world like that anyway. But launch a national health initiative focused on the illness that disproportionately impact Black men. Okay. And then the last and most important point, again, this is the most important point out of all of these points that I just explained, okay? Listen carefully. Legalize recreational marijuana and create opportunities for Black Americans to succeed in this new industry. This is the most important one. Like,
I can't believe that shit.
We gotta make this agenda go through, bro. Like, Black men, we need that weed. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need it. We need it so much. Like, besides everything else, we need the weed. That's why it has to be on this list.
So she want to make Black men druggies and drug dealers,
bro. This is the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard. I don't even know how the fuck this even made it on the damn agenda. Like, how?
Who part of her team thought that was a good idea to put in there?
Absolutely ridiculous.
Like, when I saw that, I had to read it like 15 times. I'm like, there is no way she thought it was a good idea to say, hey, Black men, I'm going to protect y'all weed, and I'm going to make sure y'all can get into the industry and open up your own weed shops. That's what the fuck you think of us? Bro, time and time again, and I have no clue why this isn't a bigger topic than it is. Well, we'll get to Obama. It started, some light is being shed on it. She's continuously disrespected Black Americans throughout her whole campaign. First, it started with Megan Thee Stallion twerking on stage because she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna catch Black America by just putting Meg Thee Stallion on stage and having her twerk and having Quavo. Like, we give a fuck what he thinks to talk in support of me, and coming up there with tattoos on his face and all type of shit. And now you want to have your homeboy Obama talking for you because you can't talk for your goddamn self. And now you're going to leave this bullshit ass black people agenda with marijuana. With marijuana. When did black people even tell you they even want this shit?
What a way to gather people's attention. Like, is that how you think the black men think? Like, to be honest, like, that is not a priority for me.
At all.
To be honest, if it were up to me, close all of them shits down. Close them down. I don't want it in my neighborhood. I don't want to see it on my streets. I don't want the kids around in my neighborhood smoking that crap.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I like, again, and I'm glad, I don't know. Maybe I'm the only New Yorker that is not championing weed and wearing that on my sleeves and on my back, but like, that should not be a major focus for Kamala Harris right now, especially targeting black men on that. Like, she's probably feeling bad because she locked up so many people, probably over possession of marijuana when she was in California. But like, to come out and put that on an agenda for black men is just,
that's just downright disrespectful.
Disrespectful on all levels. Like, you boil us down to, oh yeah, another thing black men like is weed. Like, yeah, we should do something with weed. So like, come on, man. Like, really? Drugs? Like, think about it. I don't even want to use the word marijuana. It's a drug. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
It's a drug. So we're going to make a drug important to black men.
And those weed shops, it just make the neighborhoods look so tacky. Like, literally when I'm driving through New York City, you see these damn marijuana shops on the corner. And it just looks, I think it just brings down the value in the neighborhood because it's like, what the hell? And then you see these massive ones. Mm-hmm. These massive, like, they shut down parking lots or car dealerships and built a humongous marijuana shop.
I know. You see the one that's near Jackie Robinson?
Yes. Every time I pass it the other day, I'm like, how much weed I really got up in there? Like, it just looks so disgusting. It looks so disgusting. Like, no. Who was a part of her team and say, this is what black America want? Because a lot of black men I know, what they really want is like, all right, if you really want to gather their attention, update them family court laws.
Oh, yeah.
Update those family court laws.
That's one thing she should have did. But you know what? That probably would have went against the women.
And she needs the women.
Because they say, more women turn out to vote than men.
Well, yeah.
So she wants to hold on to that so she wouldn't do anything like that to support, hey, yeah, I mean, the black families are destroyed and messed up. Let's just, legalize recreational marijuana for the black men because that's going to make the families any better than it is now.
And, bro, when I look in the neighborhoods, I look in the predominantly black communities, you got a liquor store right there. Across the street, weed shop.
Yo, a weed shop just opened up next to my barbershop.
Yeah, and it makes you upset. It's like, yo, it brings down the value of my fucking
I'm like, are you serious? Like, I literally was walking to the barbershop and I'm passing the store and this guy's giving out flyers. And he's like, yeah, come check us out. And the way he got me, and I would say smart marketing. He had like some sneakers on there, like on the poster. Something is like, oh, it's a sneaker shop. You know what I mean? Whatever. They probably selling them Jordans for like $500, $800 or whatever. So, I just took it and I looked at it. It's a weed shop, but a big Air Force, Jordan Dunks on the flyer. Like, you would think it's a shoe store, but on the bottom it says, "Yo, this flyer is good for one free pre-roll until December 31st." And I'm looking at, I'm like, wow, like there's a damn weed shop next, like another weed shop in my neighborhood.
Yeah, another one. And in my neighborhood too, like I feel like 3-4 of them open up at one time. And like you had 2 operating, next thing you know, I see another one being under construction. I'm like, damn, bro, like how much damn weed shops you need in one hood?
I don't get it. I don't understand what the obsession is.
So,
and then half the time these people taking this weed and it's all laced with all type of crazy shit. And I'm like, it's not like they're giving you real genuine. It's all this strand, this purple scissor, incredible Hulk, fairy dust blue man. Like, I'm like, what the hell is all of this stuff? Like, it doesn't even sound safe. It's not even regulated. Like, you can't know for sure how much of THC or CBD is in anything. You just smoking it.
Yeah, so, yeah, did she even think about that shit? Like,
she didn't.
That's a really good point. So it's like now if that policy comes through, think about all the black men that's going to be, I don't know, dying from weed overdose, or not even weed overdose, but like dying from lace weed, fake weed and shit, because you said it was okay for them to get high any type of the goddamn day.
Yeah, so basically Kamala Harris wants the black man to be high and expect him to somehow get a good paying job and make them a teacher some way. I don't know. Like when I read this, first of all, the first point, right? We're going to talk about this first point. Provide $1 million in loans that are fully forgivable up to $20K.
Up to $20K.
So you're giving a black man a $1 million loan, but he can only get $20K forgiven out of that $1 million.
PPP part 2.
So it's like, just think about it. Then what the hell's the point? If I can only get $20K out of $1 million, that's nothing.
That's nothing.
I'd understand if you said $500,000. That'll make sense.
I mean, that would make sense.
But $20K, come on, bro. People blow $20K in a year, bro. Like easily.
Easily, bro.
Even within 3 months, somebody can blow $20K. Like that doesn't do nothing for nobody. Forgiving $20K does nothing. What is 20K to $1 million? Like what is that?
That's nothing, bro. That's nothing. And
To
again,
$920,000. Like what is that?
that's nothing, bro. And to me, it's just
makes
like,
no sense.
Want to put them in more debt as it is too, like I just really want to know, like, and to me, this is how disingenuous this is too, like, because now you seeing you have a problem with the black male vote. Now you just scrap up some shit together and like, hey, black man, let me show you why I care about you now.
And look how
long you been campaigning for?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was about to say. Like, look how close she does this to election day. Like, why didn't you create this earlier? And then, at least give people a reason to ask you questions on this policy and refine it or something. She waits within 2 weeks, a week away or something from the election.
Yeah, it doesn't make no sense. I just think it's just to grab some people's attention, get their votes, and just to never talk about it again once you hit office. Because, too, somebody asked about reparations, and she's like, she'll study it. What the fuck does that even means?
That should have been on this agenda.
Yeah, it should have been on the agenda. Like, again, do I personally think we'll get reparations? No. I don't think we'll get it.
It's never happening.
It's never happening. But is it owed to black people? Technically, yes.
Yeah, it is.
It is owed.
But we're never going to get it.
We're never going to get it. So that's why I always tell people, especially black people, I'm like, listen, it's never going to happen. Go get your own shit. Get your own reparations. Like,
get your own 3 acres and a mule.
Exactly. Get your own shit. But if she really wanted to capture the attention of black America, you could have said, listen, I'll make sure y'all get reparations.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if she was to come out with some shit like, yeah, because I know, I do know in California, they're trying to do some reparations thing. They're trying to get some sort of reparations thing going, and I doubt that it's gonna happen.
Not gonna happen
because it's gonna cost a lot of money.
Yeah,
And I feel like it's gonna be too hard to track because then everybody's gonna be black. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna be black.
2% of black in me.
And not only Kamala is gonna be black, but everybody else is gonna be black. But she should have put something like that in this agenda for black men.
Right.
If we're gonna give you your 3 acres and a mule that was promised to you way back whenever, you know what I'm saying? Scratch this marijuana thing. Now I'll tell you what I do like from this. Supporting education, training, and membership programs that lead to good paying jobs for black men. I get that. I like that. I ain't gonna lie. I like that. You know, promoting black men to get a job and work and not be on the streets smoking marijuana and smoking laced marijuana and being high all the time and walking
Something
around.
that would actually benefit our families. You know, something that would benefit us.
I don't know how marijuana benefits us, bro.
It doesn't.
Like
it
that,
doesn't.
like honestly, like I'm not, and this is just for the record. Even we had an episode prior. I am not for this weed shit. Like I am not for it at all. 0%. Cocaine, all them other drugs. I'm not for it.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's something. It's also just look tacky that a presidential candidate is advocating for marijuana. It's just like you're supposed to be a role model, the leader of the free world, and you're talking about weed. You know what I mean? And not to be nitpicky too, when she did that interview was drinking on national television, I'm like, do I want to see my president cracking open a beer on TV? You know what I'm saying?
You don't.
I'm like, yo, like, you gotta have some real leadership qualities.
Yo, for some reason, I feel like she might like be doing an interview and then like light up a spliff and start smoking. Start smoking weed.
I
like,
wouldn't be surprised.
Like, yeah, I smoke weed. Just start smoking and everybody's gonna go viral. Like maybe that will be her next thing to be cool or something.
Like, when you're a leader, bro, and this is why people respect Trump, we ain't looking for somebody to be down, to be cool. The thing about being a leader is you're against the norm. It's like, listen, I don't play that shit. Like when Trump comes out, his stance like, I don't drink alcohol. I don't care about who does. But he said, that's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to lead the country and I have to do it in a sober mindset. It's like, I can respect that. But you going on the Breakfast Club saying you smoked weed before and advocating for weed, drinking on TV. It's like, what the hell are you doing? Mm-hmm. What are you, like, literally, what are you doing? When I'm looking at a president, I want to see somebody who I think has a sharp mind, is not going to get influenced by all this worldly shit, and be a damn leader. Mm-hmm. She out here probably getting secretly high, drinking beers and
what the hell else knows?
slurring on interviews and shit. It's like I don't know what I got in her, and they don't answer questions. Got burnt on Fox.
Woo.
Got
burnt up.
And then people out here still defending her. I don't get it. I don't get it.
So I just want to make this clear because I know a lot of or some viewers, right? They like to say, "Oh, we bash Kamala Harris so much." Da 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 da.
I'm gonna continue to bash her. I don't give a damn.
Here's the thing. It's like when you see something that blatantly bad, you have to call it out.
It's so bad, yo.
You see what I'm saying? Like you have to call that shit out. You can't just like I watch both sides. I watch Kamala Harris's interviews, her 60 Minutes, her Fox interviews, her other The View, all that other stuff that she's been on, and it's just like so disingenuous. It's not real. It's not really her. And I know you guys probably hear this a lot, but like when I compare that to where Trump is on all these other platforms and he's talking, it's like he's literally having a conversation. It's not like he's trying to like avoid every single thing or trying to say the politically correct thing about every single thing. He's not. He's giving his what he feels, what he believes in. And it's like if Kamala could have been like that, we would have had a whole completely different election.
See, this is the thing. Whether you like Trump or not, you know who he is. And he's doubled down. Even if you don't agree with some of his policies or statements, he's doubling down on it. Like, all right, this is who he is. Either I like him or not. Kamala, it should not be this late in her campaign where we still have questions on who she is. She's flip-flopping a lot of things. She's changing her answer on every interview. It's like there are still people having questions. It's like, yo, like, to be a leader of the free world, you gotta stand on something. The only thing you're able to stand on is abortion. But everything else, you keep flip-flopping on. It's like, who are you? Who, like, for real, like, who really are you? That's why it's like, listen, whether you like Trump or not, he is who he is.
Yeah, you can't take that away from him. He's, whether you call him whatever, or the threat to democracy, or whatever all these other punchy punchlines they like to use, but I just see that he knows what he wants to do. He gets it done. Like, seems like he'll get it done. He's got some stuff done last time, not everything, but you know, I just see that, like, when he went on to Bloomberg.
Yeah, that was a good interview.
Him and the moderator or that the interviewee was, or the interviewer, like, they bucked heads.
They were going at it.
And he let him know, hey, I know you don't like this. I know you, and especially about the parts about the tariff.
Yeah.
Which, again, I understand and it makes sense. It's like, we want things to be built in America. Why? Because we have people who need jobs. If we keep outsourcing all of our stuff to Mexico, China, India, wherever, and all we're doing is just being a consumer of all of these products, then where are we getting our money from?
Exactly. That's what he's saying. Plus, I think he's using it as a negotiation tactic. He's trying to make these countries scared. Like, yo, if you don't start building these factories in America, if you don't, start building shit over here, I'm going to tariff you to death. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so I like that he went on this interview and it was only just about the economy. Mm-hmm. He was just explaining his policies. And this is something Kamala should have showed up on. Like, come on here and explain your economic policies. Nothing about abortion, nothing about whatever else. Straight economy.
And I think that would have brought a lot of clarification to her voters or even undecided people to say, okay, I like her approach. Or, yeah, I was right. I don't like her approach. Like, it would draw the fine line to say, okay, this is her stance on the economy, period.
And be able to articulate it, like go into another level.
And that's the problem. She cannot articulate it. And she would never go, like, you're the president. You're everything. You're the businessman. You're the leader of the free world. You're the general, the number one general. Like, you're all of these things, and you have to be multifaceted on this stuff. You know what I mean? And we know the top three things that's most concerning for Americans is the economy, the abortion, and the immigration. So if you could at least hit 2 out of the 3. She's got the abortion stuff.
Yeah, she got that. Yeah, Trump can't win on that. Like, she got that.
And that's the thing. 2 out of 3. Trump's got the economy and the immigration. She's only has abortion.
She only has abortion.
So this is why she should have went on those type of platforms to say, yeah, this is my economic plan. This is how I'm going to make it work. And this is why. Mm-hmm. Trump went on Bloomberg and said everything. He's going to tariff them, why he thinks it works. He's done it before and it worked. So it's like he's got his own plan.
Yeah. And so that's my main thing with her is before, like, she's starting to do some serious interviews now because she went on Fox. I know there's a new one on MSNBC. She needs to continue doing more serious interviews. And then they gotta like really nail her on, some of this stuff. Cause she said she's gonna do price gouging. I haven't really heard anybody Like, actually ask her about it and dig deep into that problem. Like, we don't know. But anyway, for a while, she was going on these unserious interviews, like Call Her Daddy, going on The View, Shade Room. She was going to friendly territory. And I don't like that because it's like, yeah, you can do some interviews when you go on with people who like you. But I need you to go on interviews. Give her credit. She went on Fox.
Yeah, I do give her credit for that.
She has to do more of those. Because the thing about it, I don't know if she knows, people who support Trump, if she wins this election, she's going to be leading them also. You have to touch base with every American. Like, go on a view. What the hell that's going to do? Like, bro,
And then, what do they talk about?
bro, just nonsense. Just pure nonsense. And they don't even hold her accountable. And that's what I don't like about the left-leaning media. Fox at times holds Trump accountable. The same guy that interviewed Kamala Harris, Brent.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he did an interview with Trump. They went at it a little bit. They went at it. Nobody's going to hold her accountable unless she goes on like Fox and Bloomberg, where she turned down, goes on these other platforms where they're like, yo, we coming for you. And you better stand up. And I wish that Fox interview was for like an hour, bro. I wish it was an hour. But because it was so much limited time, he said she showed up late. I think that was strategic on her part. Because he was like, it was supposed to start at 5. He had a show at 6 p.m. So that's why, because he showed up late, when he like, Madam Vice President, good to meet you, he went right into it. He went right into it. Talked about immigration. A lot of other stuff surfaced that people didn't know. All this time, she was blaming Trump on why that bill wasn't passed. Looks like 6 Democrats also turned down that bill. And guess who was one of those 6 Democrats? Bernie left-leaning Sanders. This man is so left, he can't turn right. This nigga in the street driving cars, making nothing but lefts. He can't turn right. He turned down the bill. I was like, yo, she got some explaining to do. Dodged it, went back to Trump. I'm like, nah, talk about Bernie. This man out here talking about
Oh my god.
Yo, when her face, when that popped up, yo, and they had clips, graphs.
Tweets, everything.
He can't. I mean, he ain't come to play with her.
He did not.
And the thing I hate about that interview with her answers, she kept revolving everything around Trump. It's like, yo.
That's the biggest thing. Every time I watch anything with this woman, it's always, but Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is gonna do this. And it's like, okay, we understand he's your opponent. You don't like him. We get it. But focus on something else that matters. Every single time is Trump.
Literally
Trump. Like,
every
stop
single...
talking about the man. Talk about what you're gonna do. Talk about, like, a legit detail. Like,
you. Talk about you.
And not about you come from a single parent, middle class family nonsense. We want to hear, like, real stuff that people can relate to, that is actually affecting people today. Like, not no, oh, Trump is this and he did this and he did that. And what are you doing? You are in the office right now. You're in there right now. And that's the number one thing. She has the biggest advantage to say, I'm in the office right now, and I have this going on right now, and we're doing this right now, and this is going to change. But you know what I noticed? She doesn't want to call out Biden on his bullshit.
Yeah, and
I was talking to somebody today, and I was like, listen, maybe people would respect Kamala Harris more if she would have been like, yo, yes, Joe Biden did X, Y, and Z wrong. I didn't agree with it, and that's why I'm taking this approach when I become president.
And you know what I said too, bro? She needs to start taking accountability, and I think that's how she can win some of the independent voters. And I don't know what is up with her and her campaign, or maybe just her as an individual, where she doesn't want to take some level of accountability for what happened to the country in the last 3.5 years. But when they went into office, the man was like, listen, you and Biden took away 90 executive orders, which opened up the border that Trump has set. Y'all just took away all of those. And because of that, he played a clip of one of the mothers that lost her daughter because of one of the men that came into this country because of because of those executive orders that you took away that allowed him into this country. He said, do you owe her an apology? That was a key moment to say, you know what? We should have done a better job at the border. This is what I'm going to do now to make sure something like this doesn't happen. Swerve it around, blame it on Trump.
She could not give a direct apology.
No, for real. It's like if you take accountability for some stuff, it's like, all right.
But what could the guy say after that? After she takes accountability, he would have been like, okay. And what are you gonna do? You know what I mean, to the families and the victims and all that. Like, that's all he was looking for: accountability. That's what that question was phrased as. Are you gonna take accountability for this? That's what he's.
And she's just like, I'm sorry for what happened to that mom. That's it. I'm like, that's it.
That like really?
And I called this out months ago because I was arguing with somebody, and I'm like, there are families out there suffering because they lost a loved one because they didn't properly vet everybody into this country. That falls on Kamala Harris. And they can never ever say anything about that. So now you're in a key interview. Just say, you know what? I didn't agree with Biden doing that. Because now you got to separate yourself from Biden. Mm-hmm. Because people, listen, bro, when Biden was running versus Trump, everybody was like, we don't want him back in office. Because there were either people who were...
That shit was funny.
People who were leaning Democrat, they were like, they're not going to vote. Because they're like, we don't like Trump and we don't like Biden, so we're going to sit this one out. So now if you know you got some people like that on your side who still probably on the fence because you're not able to separate yourself from Biden, these are key opportunities to be like, listen, love and respect for President Biden, but there's some things I probably didn't agree with during his presidency that I'm going to do differently. That's it. Just separate yourself. You don't got to throw him under the bus. Just be like, I'm going to be different, and this is a policy that he passed or a policy that he signed into law that I just don't agree. That's fine.
Yeah.
You gotta show those leadership qualities. You're applying to be the leader of America. You gotta show the ability to have these uncomfortable conversations. Mm-hmm. And she can't do it.
And again, when I was talking with someone today, I was like, that's her biggest thing. She has to separate herself from the Biden administration. Period. The fracking, not supporting fracking, the wish-washy nonsense is like, it's because you was only there trying to like, oh, if somebody told you you're going to vote this way because we need this, or you're going to support this because we need this. Like, she was just like, okay. It's not like she gave any resistance to say, no, I don't believe in that, or I firmly believe in this or whatever. It's like, she's a literal puppet.
She's a puppet.
A literal puppet. And I feel like if she does win, it's going to be the Obamas and the Clintons that's going to be running the country. Because if you think about it, which, again, to me seems very undemocratic, was that they forced Biden to drop out. Because the reason why I said force, because this man literally said he's not dropping out. And then a few days later, or was it the next day, he drops out.
This man got tossed to the side like a dog.
They told him, you're not running. He withdrew. And I don't know how Kamala Harris got nominated as the Democrat representative with no other opponents.
I truly think they didn't want to. I think they felt like their hands were tied and like, you know what? We got to close our eyes and just hope she wins. Because there was no way. If there was enough time, like, in the election period where they could have held a primary and properly vet other people, she would have made it.
But remember, even earlier on the podcast in one of our earlier episodes, I was saying, don't you find it strange that there was no Democratic debate?
Oh yeah.
Like, is that not like, I don't know why that's like going over people's heads. It's like no one else challenged Joe Biden.
And this is the thing.
And then when they seen the first debate that he's doing bad, they automatically appoint his VP to take his place. Like, that's ridiculous.
They said, look, this is who we have running for president. Get in line. It's literally a plan to everything about the Democrats. They want to think for you. So they said, look, Kamala's running. Get in line. And I don't understand, like, why they don't bother a lot more people than it should. Like
I don't understand. Like, they look at the entire thing that the Republicans went through. They went through all these debates, people dropping out. Nikki Haley was one of them. She was kind of promising. Vivek was promising.
Yeah.
Like, all these people, they all got, Trump was the man. Like, he became the nominee. But I just don't understand. Biden didn't have to do any of that. And you want to know why? Because he wouldn't stand a chance.
Yeah, he wouldn't stand a chance.
He would have flopped out.
He would have flopped out. But listen, man, I just don't know. Honestly, don't know what people seeing. And I keep questioning too. I'm like, who's the head Democrat? Because everything that Kamala stands on, I really do feel like they're like, listen, Kamala, this is what the party believes in, so you got to be the voice for it. They just pulling her back and forth, telling her what to believe in, which is why we question who she really is. I'm like, who's the top Democrat telling Kamala how to do this and what and that? Is it Obama? Obama in her ear like, yo, this is what I want you to say today. This is what I want you to do. It's obvious there's somebody in her ear. Remember that? There was a clip of where she was doing, I don't know, it was an interview. It was something. And she covered her mouth like this is a live broadcast.
Oh, I saw that.
And I'm like, who's in her ear?
I saw that. She was like, is this a live broadcast? This is a live I'm like, what? What does it matter? What does it matter?
So she's showing an inability to just talk to American people by herself. She can't say nothing unscripted. Like, I just don't know. Like, I want to know who is the top Democrat that's telling Kamala what to do.
I think it's a group. I think it's like a committee.
She going to these secret-ass meetings.
The Obamas, the Clintons, maybe some other top-notch political advisors from the past, some big, rich Democratic donors that all get on a call and they talk and say, yeah, this is what we want. They have all their little interests and all that stuff. And they try to direct how the president is going to go. And I felt like Biden was not falling in line anymore, or he didn't show strength into like being firm with some of the agendas that they wanted. And they had to kick him out. And they forced him out. And now you hear nothing about Biden. I don't even know the last time we even got any news about Biden.
Man, he out there chilling. Biden is planning his vacation as we speak.
He's in retirement mode. Like,
yeah, it's a couple weeks before election day. He is making his exit. He packing up his bags, shipping them shits to Hawaii or wherever the hell he about to be at.
I think he live in what, Delaware? I think he's from like Delaware.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is shipping them, probably building a new house in Delaware.
Probably.
But it's my retirement house and I'm off the grid. You ain't gonna hear from this man. You're really not gonna hear from this man.
Look, after this election, you're never gonna hear about Biden anymore.
Because during 4 years from now, who's gonna call Biden?
Nobody.
To speak.
Nobody.
Like yeah, Biden, sit this one
You'll
out.
be sleeping the whole time anyway, so it's not gonna make a difference. But we do have to switch over and talk about Obama and his talking down to black men. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch. And this is the Straight Up R&D Podcast. We're keeping it real, raw, uncut, straight up. I did not watch the full context of that video because apparently Obama was talking about, oh yeah, black men, you're not gonna vote for Kamala because she's a woman, or you're not gonna vote for her because she's a woman. Like, basically shaming black men for not voting for a woman that's black just because she's black and she's a woman. Not based off policy, not based off anything, but on the mere fact of identity politics.
Right.
So I didn't see it, but from the snippets that I've been seeing, it's like, okay, if the media is correct, and that's the context of how he was talking, that's absolutely ridiculous.
And the thing about it too, though, you have a couple of people who are siding with Kamala, calling out Obama. Roland Martin. If everybody know Roland Martin, he's top Democrat too. He's all the way on the Kamala train, and he came out and said, like, yeah, that wasn't the right move for Obama.
It really wasn't.
I went on CNN. They even called out, like, listen, Obama had a bad day. Stephen A. Smith came out and said, basically, in so many words, how dare you shame black men basically, how dare you shame black men? So this is the general consensus of what everybody thinks about how Obama was shaming black men. Like, it was wrong. So now this is my thing. This is why I always say they want to keep black people, black America, black men on a Democratic plantation because they know they need our vote. Why do you think we owe you a motherfucking thing? We owe y'all our votes? And black people, we're not a monolith. Listen, we grew up in different cultures, raised differently, have different mindsets, have different paths in life. Not all of us think the same. Mm-hmm. So for you to call out black men and say, oh, you need to get in line and vote for Kamala because the other opponent is not going to do nothing for you. You ain't nobody's daddy.
Yeah, who are you?
Who are you? You're nobody's father. Contrary to what you think, some black men was raised in a 2-parent household. Some black men can think for themselves. So now, because you're in panic mode, you feel the need to scold black men and then threaten us with Michelle Obama, your wife? Nobody give a damn about your family. Respectfully, but ain't nobody around here thinking about, what Obama said. It's giving me that slave mentality of they saying of the master talking and we got to follow the master. Like, yes, master, we'll fall in line. Fuck that, bro. Like, if there's some black men who disagree with the Democratic Party, they just disagree. That's it. Now you're going to panic mode. Now you just want to shame people now, trying to make them feel bad, making them think the other side is just so big and wrong that now you're like, oh, let me try to reel them back in. Nah, talk your shit. Talk your shit. And if you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. It is what it is.
Yeah, no, I found it to be highly, highly disrespectful. Like, it really felt like he was scolding black men for the choices or decisions that they want to do with their vote or whoever they want to support. Like, a lot of people got bamboozled when Obama won, right? And overwhelmingly, almost every black person voted for him.
Yeah, he had a strong.
You know what I mean?
Those numbers not going to come again.
That's never going to come again. And I understand. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand why. Black people or black people voted for him. That was the first.
He was the first
black president of the United States, and rightfully so. You know what I mean?
And we were coming from, listen, I think George Bush was a terrible president. So he was actually coming in
at the perfect time.
At the perfect time, like, you know what, and, delivering that hope message. And that it actually worked. It's like, yo, the country is in disarray. Everybody hates Bush. A lot of people in agreement that he was a terrible president. So it's like, all right, that hope message worked then. You can't do the same shit with Kamala, yo. Because hope from what? From your administration? Like, at least Obama was an outsider coming in. You already in. Miss me with the hope and joy and all that shit. I haven't heard that word joy in a while from her.
Yeah, because it died.
Hey, that shit died.
But like I was saying in our previous podcast, again, this is the podcast where we talk about all types of shit. But I was saying I don't think this is the time for a female president. Like, I don't see it as that time. Like, Just like how we just explained, Obama had the perfect timing to jump in and preach the hope message after coming off of a Bush era, right?
So bad. Oh my God.
That was such a perfect time. Right now, with this, it's not the perfect time for a female president.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying that we can't have one. I would like to see one. I would like to have one.
It's getting close.
You know what I mean? We're getting there. You know, we're having more females run and campaign, which is great. I like that. And definitely, I don't care if it's female or male, but it's like...
This is not this woman.
It's just not her. Like, she can't do it. She can't do it. And look, I could be wrong. Maybe she wins. But like, I just don't see, based on all of the stuff that I've been seeing from her, that she can legitimately be a strong, good president for this country.
I don't see it either.
And look, I'm not saying Trump is perfect, right? But you can't say Trump was never the president. Because he was. He actually became the president.
And you cannot.
And that was a time when a lot of black people was not voting for him because of the shit that he was saying. And now it's changed where a lot of black people are going to start voting for him. So that's what makes me think like, yo, he's definitely gonna, like, it really does sound like he's gonna win because now he's got more black supporters than he did before.
And a lot of that is due to the manipulation by the media. A lot of people are coming out and saying like, yo, they believe everything the media said about him. But when you go to do your research yourself, they're like, damn, they lied on him a lot. You know, with various comments. So it's like, I think they're trying to play the same game of mixing his words, of saying, basically just running a campaign that Trump is just a bad man. And I'm like, I don't think that's going to work again. It worked with Biden. It works with Biden. But now we have people who's a bit more informed now. You can't just keep saying Trump is the bad boogeyman now. Like, she needs to start answering questions without mentioning Trump.
Yeah, I feel like her whole spiel is about talking bad about Trump.
That's just it. And I don't think that's going to work. Like, if I was running her campaign, I'm like, all right, we understand you're not Trump, but you need to start answering some questions that's just about you. You know what I mean? Like, and it's fine every once in a while to mention him, like, hey, this is how I'm different from Trump. And Trump, you know, does it sometimes when he brings up Kamala, but you go watch the interview, he answers some questions. He's not even mentioning Kamala.
Bro, he came up with all these damn names, Comrade Kamala.
Nah, so
Tampon
funny.
Tim, like this dude,
Yeah.
like he came up with like, and it's funny.
It's funny.
It's fucking funny, but
And
it's like he's such a he knows a way how to relate to people that he's talking to. Kamala Harris, I feel like is disingenuous. It's just like,
And she's not charismatic. Like, she has no charisma. Like,
you know what I mean?
you're not
Like,
captured in when she's talking.
You're not. You're just like, I'm trying to understand her answer. Like, honestly, I literally, like, when I watch her interviews, I'm really trying to figure out, okay, where are you trying to go with this point? and I do it both to Trump. Sometimes Trump does it.
He rambles. I said those on the podcast before, like, he rambles at times.
He rambles, yes. But, like, the amount of rambling time he does based on Kamala Harris, Kamala's got him beat. Like, she goes on, and I'm like, okay, what was the question? I forget what the question was.
No, for real. No, she you know, she's a master at that. Word salad. She's a master at that when she just goes on and on. I can't remember what the question on The View was. I watched some of the snippets when she was interviewing with them. Mm-hmm. The lady asked her a question. She just went on and on and on. And I'm like, man, what the fuck was the question again? Like, and then everybody there clapping. Oh, she didn't even answer the damn question.
Yo, look. And on an international level, and I said this before, I don't think she's going to be able to handle it. Because if you look at what's going on like in the Middle East or in Israel, like they don't listen to Biden.
Nah.
They don't listen to him. They doing their own thing. And don't get me wrong, they're out there. They getting rid of all of the Hezbollah leaders. They're doing work. They're putting in work out there. You know what I'm saying? They're getting rid of the leaders, but then there are a lot of collateral and casualties for innocent people, which is not good.
There's a lot going on.
They doing their own thing, and they getting those Hamas leaders killed and Hezbollah leaders killed, which, you know, whatever that's worth, and if it's good, it's good. But like, they're not respecting Biden as it is now. And if we continue with the same administration, there's still going to be no respect.
And, you know, it's like, even when it comes to the wars, man, like with the Ukraine war, Russia and Ukraine, Trump is like, listen, I'm going to end these wars because I want people to stop dying, and that's his plan. She just keeps saying she's going to keep working with Ukraine and keep funding the war. It's like, all right, how long is this about to go on? Like, aren't you tired of seeing people die? Aren't you tired of seeing all this madness going on? Like, you can't keep funding this war for so much longer now. Mm-hmm. So it's like, we need a plan. Or at least hear you say, like, listen, this war gotta end. We sent so much money to this over the years, like, now it has to end. I like somebody to come in like, yo, I'm gonna end these wars, and I'm gonna end these wars so we can stop funding it. I don't know, man. So like, it just got me thinking, like, bro, like, how much longer, if she wins, like, how much longer is this shit gonna keep continuing?
It's never gonna end. But one thing I do want to mention is, you know that dude that makes rockets that go to Mars and go to outer space, and that dude that makes like self-driving cars, like that guy.
Robots.
And that guy that makes robots as well, the Optimus robots, like some cool shit. It's some legit cool shit. You know what I mean? Like it's dope. It's dope. And the Robo Taxi, he just announced that.
That looked dope.
That was kind of crazy. That was kind of fucking crazy. But if you don't know who I'm talking about Elon Musk. All right, the man that's probably got like 17 companies, the richest man in the world.
On path to be the first trillionaire.
You know what I mean? On path to be the first trillionaire, the richest dude on the planet. Like, that's crazy.
That's really crazy.
So he's openly came out as the only billionaire that I know of.
And he's so open, bro. Like,
the only billionaire that I know of that came out and openly supported Trump.
At his rallies, making speeches.
Dude, at his rallies. You know what I just saw today? This man is giving $1 million away every single day until election. He's giving it away not to lobbyists or like networks. He's giving it away to American citizens.
Yeah.
People who are registered to vote, who are signed up and ready to go. $1 million.
It's crazy.
Like, yo, that's literally changing someone's life and like just for registering.
Just for registering.
That's crazy.
I registered, yo. So
who do you know is doing? Who do you know has ever done that? You got the Jeff Bezos of the world.
He quiet.
You got the Jay-Z's of the world.
Quiet.
You got all these NBA players of the world. Quiet.
Yeah.
You got Oprah. Quiet. And she's not giving away money for, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, she's
these are this man got so much money he can do that.
And the thing, like I always keep saying, he has FU money. A lot of these
Mark Cuban ain't doing that.
He's not doing that. And I think a lot of people who supporting Kamala, who not voicing their opinions, but for some reason, the Democrats have a hold on this world and on society. Like, they're running They're running national media. They're running the public schools. They're running everything. So like, if you speak out against them, the backlash is really bad for some of these people. Like, for instance, if an NBA player or NFL player come out like, you know what, that's active, say, you know what, I'm voting for Trump, they will face some real backlash. And a team might have to find a way to cut that player. Especially if the player is not some major superstar.
Oh, his career is over.
Over. Because you're going against the norm. You're going against the democratic machine. Like, you got companies like Disney that's in support of the Democrats. And all these big tech companies, they're like largely Democratic. Like, listen, I don't know how the Democrats do, but they running shit. So that's why when you're talking about you're voting for a Republican candidate, they're looking at you as evil, bro.
And I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. Like, look, Elon Musk. I have certain gripes with Elon Musk, and I'm not gonna sit here and say I 100% like anybody. You know what I mean? If I was like that, I would literally be a person that don't have a mind of my own. Mm-hmm. But aside from the other things, Elon Musk, he's saying some real shit. He's saying literal real shit. And I watched a 2-hour freaking rally thing that he was doing, answering question after question after question after question after question after question. I'm like, this is how you know you're dealing with somebody who believes in what they say and isn't afraid to say what they believe in.
Cause like Elon, he doesn't have to get involved in it. No matter who's president, he gonna be fine. He's going to be good. But the fact that he's like, you know what? Let me get involved in politics. Let me go on these campaign rallies and voice my opinion, my political opinion. That means something. That's really respectful.
That's what I'm saying. He's the only billionaire that's doing that. The only billionaire that's doing that. He has the options to say, I don't give a shit. Like, that ain't gonna affect me. If I gotta pay whatever extra, I'll pay it, or I'll do whatever, or I'll charge my customers more money to for my product for me to, like, you know, make up the loss in taxes that I have to make, or whatever it is. He's out there on the forefront, donating, campaigning, talking, reaching out, giving people money, giving citizens money. Like who is doing that?
Nobody.
Even when Jay-Z and Beyonce was running out there supporting Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
They didn't give out no money. They didn't go and ask no questions.
None of them do.
Because they don't know shit. That's the thing. They don't know shit and they don't stand for shit.
Look how many celebrities came out on that Oprah interview. You had all of these millionaires. Oprah, top billionaire. We support Kamala. Yay, freedom, blah, blah, blah. You think they doing some shit like that? They ain't doing none of that.
Because they not in touch. They not tapped in with it.
Taylor Swift is a billionaire, right?
She's a billionaire.
Wow, that's just crazy. She's a billionaire.
She's a billionaire. And I'm like, yo, that just goes to show. And I'm not saying that, all these people need to be like super into politics and all that stuff. But it's like Elon Musk is tapped in.
Because he really wants to make a change, bro.
And I'm not, and if Trump wins, he's gonna get a position.
Yeah, he's gonna be in charge.
They're gonna fire a lot of these people that's working.
Yeah,
that's not doing a good job, and make government a little bit smaller and more efficient. I mean, the guy has 17 companies.
Yeah, and I like the fact that he has time. He's finding time to do this. And like, you know, Trump said Elon's going to be in charge of looking at where all this money is going and cut some of this shit, this federal spending. And like, that's going to free up some money. Elon's going to be in charge of that.
Yo, imagine you have over $200 million going to like stupidness.
Elon like, nope.
Don't need that. Don't need that. And that's more money for us. In turn, that could probably lower our taxes. You see what I'm saying? Like, those are so many things that can benefit us in the end. You know what I'm saying?
And the fact that I just keep seeing people saying I'm voting for Kamala for abortion. Like, I honestly don't know what she's gonna do. Like, if she gets in office, like, what is she seriously gonna do to like bring Roe v. Wade back? That was a Supreme Court decision.
You know what she's gonna do? She's gonna complain, "Oh, the Republicans, and she's not gonna get anything done. Just like how she's running around blaming Trump for anything, is gonna be the Republicans, and this and this and this, and the Republicans. That's all you're gonna hear.
Yeah, we still believe Kamala. It's the Republicans' fault. And like, come on.
That's all you're gonna hear. That's all you're gonna hear. That's all you guys gonna hear. And I'm gonna tell you this now: if this woman wins, if she wins, that's all you're gonna hear is complaints about Republicans. That's all you're gonna hear.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't believe the polls, but I do think this shit is a little tight, though, man. Like,
I think.
I get it. I mean, I am a little worried, bro.
No, I'm not. No. I'm not worried. I'm not even voting, so I'm not worried or happy. Like, I'm just waiting to see what's gonna happen. But my thing is, I feel like Trump is gonna win, and I feel like a lot of people, like a lot of these polls, don't really take into account the people that are everyday, that are not on these surveys or going to these rallies or these little locations for them to get
everyday Americans.
Yeah, for them to get poll data and all that stuff. I think when it comes down to it, a lot of black people are going to be voting for Trump, and a lot of Hispanics are going to be voting for Trump. A lot of Indians are going to be voting for Trump. You know what I mean? And I said this before. If you're black, Indian, Asian, Hispanic, you're definitely, and you're middle class, most likely you're going to vote for Trump. I think if you're in the poorer class, you're going to vote Democrat. Because it's, you want the free handouts and you want the free shit. You know what I mean? Like, you want those programs and shit. I feel like if you're middle class, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna vote Republican this time around.
Yeah, we'll see. Because I do think it's a big crowd that's just silent. Like, they'll just make their voices heard on election day. Like, they're not voicing their opinions. They don't want to get into no arguments. They're just gonna secretly vote for Trump, and that's it.
And I think those people are the ones that care about the economy. Like if you put aside abortion and you put aside the immigration or the illegal immigrants, I think a lot of people's minds is the economy, because that's something that affects everybody. Not just abortion is mainly for women, right? That affects women. The immigrants. Or legal immigration, that mainly affects the people who are living in Texas, Arizona, California.
Sanctuary cities like New York.
And then on top of that, the sanctuary cities. Everybody else probably like, I don't see them, or I don't care. But economy-wise, everybody feeling that shit. Mm-hmm. Everybody feeling that shit. But in closing, I know we got like a lot of Disney employees.
Yeah.
But my question is, who do you think Stephen A. Smith is voting for?
I think he's voting for Trump, man. Look, publicly he said he's siding with Kamala. But a lot of his talking points, I'm like, man, you sound like you want to vote for Trump, bro. Like, when look at the video when he said, President Obama, respectfully, what you said about black men, you didn't have to do that. Mm-hmm. That he scolded Obama for that. Mm-hmm. And then he called out Kamala like, yo, you hiding. Stop hiding. So it's like, he's a little flip-floppy. He's trying to walk that fine line because he works for Disney.
Yep.
He can't come out and say, I'm supporting Trump. He can't say it.
Yeah, he can't.
They will let go of his ass in a second. He can't say it. So he has to publicly support Kamala. And I'm telling you, a lot of people that's working for that network, they're going to be voting Trump, but they just can't say it.
Yeah.
How many times, what RG3, he got canned. And then it was after, I think he publicly said, like, women shouldn't be playing in men's sports. And then they were like, get up out of here. You're not supporting what we supporting? Get up out of here. And it was, I can't remember who else it was, but Sage Steele is the one that used to work for ESPN. Now she's head Republican. I saw her in a video of taking pictures of women for Trump. And she said she voiced her opinion around like the vaccines before because she wasn't comfortable, but she had to take it because she didn't want to lose her job. Mm-hmm. And eventually she got canned. So it's like, you can't, Disney has a history of like, if you don't support the Democratic agenda, you get up out of here. So people out there, they just handcuffed.
Shannon Sharp, who do you think he's voting for?
You know what's crazy too? I always say that because I remember when Biden was running, when he was on FS1, he was publicly like supporting Biden. Like they were on the show, him and Skip talking about, and I remember when Biden won, he was like, he won Georgia, and he like, yeah, Georgia, this and that happened a long time. I'm proud for I'm proud for Georgia. And you can tell that he supported Biden because he was pro-vaccine. I remember one time he called Skip Bayless Donald Trump, and he was like, "You gonna call me that, man?" He got heavily offended. So, but now I'm not hearing a peep about
him or even about Kamala Harris.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I wonder, he was so strong back then. Why he's not so strong now?
And I think that's the trend. A lot of people who were Biden supporters are now saying, "Hey, maybe they should vote for Trump this time around."
We gonna see,
it's
man.
Possible. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Go out, get yourself registered, or fill out your absentee ballot or mail-in ballots or whatever the case may be, and express your right. And for those of you who don't want to vote because you don't support either or, that's your choice, and that's also a right. You know, I talked to a lot of people in the last couple of days, and they're like, "Oh, well, I'm going to express my right and do this." Just look, if you don't like what you see, you have the option not to vote. Okay? And that just, to me, clarifies where you stand with what you want for your country. Right? Others can vote for the candidate that they believe aligns with them. And that's absolutely fine. And that's why we live in America. You can make those choices. You have that choice. But if you like certain policies or whatever, definitely go out there and vote for whatever candidate that you feel best aligns with what you want. All right. Also, take it a step further and vote locally in your state, in your county, in your neighborhood.
My opinion, that's more important.
You know what I mean?
The national.
Yeah, and in my opinion, voting within your state is more important than the federal or the United States election. But either or, we have the right to do it, and you can do it or you cannot. But it's up to you. I can't tell you what to do.
Either vote or just watch the show. Whatever you want to do.
Look, I'll be watching the show. I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna be up.
I'm gonna be up.
Like if I have to like come in late to work, like I'm gonna come in late.
That's a fact.
I'm gonna see how like the atmosphere is.
I gotta see this.
I feel. You know what I feel like? I remember last time when Trump got elected, a lot of people didn't come into work.
Yeah. I can remember that too. But some people do take election day off. I feel like some jobs give the election day off though, but some jobs don't. But I think some people take it off because they're like, they're gonna get up early and go to the polls and then go home and just watch and see who wins what state. They take it like a holiday. And I do feel like everybody should get it off though. Like,
Yeah, that's one thing I would like to like. If I ever went to a Q&A, whether it's Kamala or Trump, I'm like, can you make Election Day a holiday, like a federal holiday? It should be.
it should be.
Like
It's an important day in the country. Like,
it's a very important day that everybody should go out and vote. But I think the reason why it's not is because it could favor one party over the other.
true.
Probably could.
Probably could.
Probably could.
But damn, it should still be off though.
Well, we should be off though. That is one holiday that we should get.
I remember my last job, they gave people half days. It was like, listen, if you either want to go in early and vote and then work after you can, or you can like go in early and then take the rest of the day and just go vote. So yeah, depending on the company or whoever you work for, you know, they'll probably give you some time to go vote. 'Cause I feel like November 5th, this time, those lines going to be long.
I feel like some people might not even be able to vote.
Yo, like, it's going to be long. You're going to be waiting in there on that line for hours because it's going to be so long. So
I feel like a lot of people this time around probably going to take the day off too, which is a good idea if you really want to. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how this all unfolds, man. It's going to be interesting. And I don't think we're ever, at least in my lifetime, going to have another election like this.
oh, no.
Like, we had a lot of firsts, bro.
There's not going to be another Trump. Because even when I looked at the VP debate, J.D. Vance is just so different from Trump, bro. Because I see him and Tim Walz shaking hands, which is fine. They shaking hands.
This man didn't even want to shake Kamala's hand, bro.
Bro, Trump is on demon time.
Every time I would go on Twitter or X and I'll watch the opening of that damn debate. This man walking to his podium first. Kamala walked all the way across the stage.
Like, oh shit.
Like, I'm like, damn, like,
yeah.
he really was not trying to shake this woman's hand.
And I think that's fine. It's like, look, to me, Trump and looking at, you know, either Biden, Clinton, or Kamala, this is my opponent. I'm not here to be friendly with you. Like, and I think that's a fine approach for some people. Like, for instance, like people always like to compare Kobe and LeBron. Kobe had that killer instinct. Mm-hmm. He's going to court. I'm not trying to make no friends. I'm out here trying to win. Mm-hmm. LeBron want to be friendly with people and still win. Trump is like, I am trying to win. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about shaking hands. You're my enemy, and I'm going to call you stupid to your face. But, you know, J.D. Vance, he has another approach. He's going to be friendly. He's going to disagree with you. Then shake your hand afterwards. The wives shook their hands and they talk, and that's fine. But I feel like there still has to be room for, like, all right, he don't want to be friendly. He wants to win. That's okay too. Everybody has a different approach, and I like that. I don't like that. He's like, listen, bro, I don't come from your political world. I don't like the way y'all been running the government, so I'm upset about everybody. Mm-hmm. So I'm coming up here saying y'all doing a terrible job. And I remember that debate. He like, Biden is a weak, pathetic man. I'm like, Jesus. Like, this man just be,
yo,
he be going, yo.
Hey, it's gonna be a really good one. I'm excited. I want to see how it's gonna unfold. I'm definitely gonna be, having my eyes glued to the TV.
Man, I'll be at the TV, some whiskey in my hands, just looking.
Oh man, I'm gonna have my popcorn.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be ready. Like,
you watching it, man? It's gonna be crazy.
All y'all out there watching this channel, definitely tune in during election day. We're gonna be shooting the podcast anyway. So
we're gonna have a live stream episode.
We're gonna have a little stream going on or something going on. But yeah, like I said, go out and vote. Do what you gotta do. Handle your business. And this is Straight Up R&D Podcast. And like, comment, subscribe. Let us know who you gonna vote for. Let us know. Say it out in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Say it. Own it. Own it. If it's Kamala, own it. If it's Trump, own it. If you're not voting, own it. Just own it.
Stand on what you want to stand on.
Grow a damn backbone and say it.
No, we stand on what we stand on.
You know what I'm saying?
We going against our families.
Yo, it's like so much damn confrontation over this shit. But yeah, definitely like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Let us know where you're leaning, where you're not leaning, what you like, what you don't like about each candidate. And yeah, I'm Rich, and I'm signing out.
D signing out, y'all.
See you guys in the next one. Deuces.